Hi everyone, Zachary Steinhandler, the Steinhandler Insurance Group. I wanted to shoot a quick video for you today to first off compare a Plan F to a Plan G to a Plan N. Touch on why it probably makes little to no sense to keep a Plan F or a Plan C if you're sitting there and you currently have one. And then also run through a case study with a lady that I was helping earlier in the week to give you an example of how much we could potentially be saving in your current premium. So in comparing a Plan F to a G to an N, the Plan F is the best policy in terms of benefits. So that's the good news. That's kind of where the good news ends, though, because you do overpay for the benefits, unfortunately, with a Plan F or a Plan C. With a Plan F, you have your Medicare Part A deductible covered, your Part B deductible covered at the doctor, which is $198, and then between Medicare acting as your primary and then the insurance company, Medicare pays 80%, your Plan F pays 20%. Okay. Now, if you compare that to the Plan G, and this, if you watched my video recently, we talked about the only difference between an F and a G is that with the G, you end up paying the $198 out of your pocket each year. Okay, and that's the current deductible for 2020. Now, the crazy thing is when you look at the annual savings with the Plan G, you would think it would be right around that $198 out of your pocket that you pay each year. But the crazy thing is usually you end up saving far more than that. So it can be $500 or $700 or $1,000 a year in savings by just making that small change in benefits. Now, if we compare that Plan G now to a Plan N, the Plan N is very similar to the G, where you have to pay your Part B deductible out of your pocket. And then you also have $20 office copays at the doctor each year. Actually, each time you go in, $20 copays, and then $50 copays if you go into the emergency room. So usually if you crunch the numbers and you look at the best overall value, the Plan N ends up being the best value unless you go to the doctor quite a bit during the year. If you're going to the doctor 15 plus times each year, that Plan G tends to be more cost effective. So when we run through these case studies, if you're sitting there and you have a Plan F or a Plan C, we should have a conversation because there's really no reason at the moment to be staying in those first dollar benefit plans. You've likely have seen your premium every year go up and up and up, right? So if you're sitting there and you've had your supplement for 3 years or 5 years or 7 years or 10 years, you've seen significant rate increases over time. And that Plan F or Plan C, even though it's giving you the best benefits, you are well overpaying for those benefits. Okay, so just to look at a case study that I did this week, it was a 73-year-old single lady in Schaumburg. She had the Plan F and was paying $215 a month in premium, which works out to be $2,580 a year. Okay. Now the Plan G, the most competitive price Plan G is $128 a month, or $1,536 a year. So even after you remove $198 from the savings, assuming you go to the doctor once, you're going to pay that deductible, she would save $846 a year just by making that small tweak in benefits. Now, when we compare that to a Plan N, the most competitively priced Plan N is $104 a month, or $1,248 a year. She only goes to the doctor roughly 1 to 2 times a year, so I also added in an additional $40 in copays for her. And so the savings for a Plan N ends up being $1,094 a year in savings. Let me repeat that, okay, because who doesn't want an extra $1,000 a year in savings? By making a change from a Plan F to a Plan N, there's a slight reduction in benefits, right? But the savings and premium far makes up for that. The savings in premium is over $1,000 for a single 73-year-old female in the northwest suburbs. If you're sitting there and you're a couple and we add household discounts into the equation, that savings can be in excess of $1,500, $2,000, sometimes as high as $2,500 a year. Okay, so if you're sitting there and you think you might want to save $1,000 a year with your Medicare supplement, you can reach me directly and we can have a 15 or 20 minute conversation to see if it makes sense for you. My direct number is 847-354-0497. If this video was helpful to you, you can also like the video down below, and you can also forward this video to any friends or people in your inner circle that might benefit from it. So once again, if you do want to have a conversation to see if you can potentially save money on your Medicare supplement, my direct number is 847-354-0497. Thanks again, and we'll talk to you all soon. Have a good day.